Hey everybody, welcome back to Stringman Guitars for yet another adventure. We have a Telecaster shaped object with a Fender sticker on it. The serial number says it's a Fender, but I believe it's a Squier based on the overall build quality. But that doesn't matter, it's here to get set up. So if it is a USA, then cool. If not, cool too. Another interesting tidbit, he switched the control plate, which I think everybody should do. And there are GFS, Guitar Fetish, hot rail pickups in it. So it'd be interesting to hear what it sounds like. Okay, so here we are. Let's just check and see. He's got some cool looking saddles on here, and it's a string through the back of the bridge. Doesn't have the string furls. Also, the other telltale that it's not an American is it has this type of output jack. My guess is this is probably an Affinity Telecaster, but I don't know. Once again, it doesn't matter. I'm just setting it up. So let's start where we should start. Truss rod. Should be a 4. It's a 4. There it is. Alright, so the truss rod, does it turn? Man, that's tight. Let's release the truss rod rather than trying to tighten it. Okay, it moves. Okay, so we're in business. Before I change strings on this, I'm going to go ahead and check where our neck is, first fret action, all that stuff, and just to get a sort of feel for where the guitar is to begin with. So stand by. Alright everybody, welcome back to the underground lair. This Telecaster, I looked up Buddy's email whenever he first contacted me, and yes, this is a Squier. It's probably an Affinity. There's a Fender sticker on it. I guess as long as you don't try to sell it as a Fender, then you're good. So, but yeah, this looks very much like my buddy's. If you look back a couple videos, it looks like the same guitar as what he had. So what were we doing? We're doing neck relief, and the neck was super straight. I'm surprised it was playable at all. So I made some adjustments. I had to go upstairs for a little bit, and it's still a little tight, so we're going to make it a little bit more loose, and I think we'll be okay when we get the new strings on it. That should do it. So what I'm going to do is, there are really sharp fret ends on here, so we're going to take out the big file that allows you to scrape the ends of the frets, and then I have a little file that I use to smooth the edges. But yeah, that's they never really finished that very well, so I'm going to take the neck off and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so yes, we went and looked at the email. If I didn't say this before, yeah, this is you can tell now that it's a sticker, water slide sticker on here. He's made some good adjustments or fixes to it. Put the roller string tree on there, and I also noticed that there's a roller bridge, which, hey, go for it. So we're going to fix the sharp fret ends. The frets look really good. There's not a lot of wear on the frets, so I'm not concerned with that. We will give them a polish with some micro mesh. But I like to put some tape down here so we don't go busting the nut. Alright, all jokes aside. Now this here has an angle to it, and it is designed to do this very job that we want to do. It's always a good idea to use a fret card to clean off any of the old filings from old jobs. So we're going to just run this down the side. We will end up with a bunch of fret shavings, which is why the carpet is gone. Some of the worst of the sharp frets are up on this end. The high end, I think I've got them. A couple more passes here, we'll be good to go. Alright, so you see there all the metal shavings along there, plus all these metal shavings. And we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And so I'm going to show you what we do. We have a specialty file here that has a safe edge here, your file edge on both sides, and a square edge up here. And you use it, actually let's zoom in if I can figure out how to do it the other way. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is you want to put the safe edge down. We're going to roll over the edge of the fret. And right now I can tell you that it already feels much better. Rinse and repeat. Oh yeah, that's the way it should be. I like a little bit more of a rounded edge on my frets, so I'll take a little more off. But yeah, that's basically what we're going to do. And I'll meet you around the other side. Alrighty, so we have both sides of our fingerboard fret ends all nice and smooth. No more bitey the handy. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to use some micro mesh and just clean up the polish the frets. what that is. I think I'm in the picture. Yeah. It's always a good idea to use these fret protectors. You don't want to mess up the fingerboard. And this is a 36,000 grit, or 3,200 grit. It really looks nice. So I'm going to go ahead and finish polishing these up, and we'll be back. So how you like me now? Look at how nice and shiny. No cheese graters to rip your fingers apart. Alright, one last thing here before I put the neck back on is you want to tighten, not crank, but just snug up your tuning bushings. Because anything that vibrates on this guitar, aside from the strings, will be transmitted through the body. And let's see, while we're at it, get my tuners in position for where I like them when I restring. I always have the strings go in this way, and then I pull it that way, so I have kind of a Z, so when I'm winding the strings it doesn't make, it's not a big pain in the neck trying to keep the string in place. This little that was loose. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Alright, so time to vacuum up the metal shavings. Alright, string choice for today, Mondo Slinky, 10.5 to 52, heavy strings. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and toss those on. I noticed that we have a roller bridge. That's kind of cool. So, little rollers in the saddle. One thing that I didn't find too cool is the long screw on the E. It's kind of in the way of getting the string through there, so I might have to move that and then move it back. So we're going to go ahead and string this up. You see how shiny them frets are? Beautiful. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do is we're going to take the pick guard off, because on an Affinity Telecaster there are no holes for adjusting the pickup height, and we'll need to do that, I'm sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now, because why fight with the strings twice when you only have to do it once? I see he did some shielding too. It's interesting way of shielding it, coming up underneath the pick guard to the bridge plate. So kudos there. somebody wants me to talk to them. So yeah, there you go. Ooh, it's the Guitar Fetish plug and play, so you can switch this stuff out as needed. Good job, man. Okay, we have our Mondo strings on. We're going to let it sit for about an hour, let it acclimate to having string tension back on it again. I did have to widen the B and the E string slots just a hair because they were binding, but we're good. We're going to let it sit. We'll be back. Hey everybody, welcome back to the underground layer here at Stringman Guitars. We've got our new strings on and tuned it up, let it sit for a while. I messed with the intonation a little bit, came back and let it sit for a little while longer, and let's just see where our relief sits. Holding at the body joint, 7th fret, we want 10 thousandths, and just slips under there. I wouldn't touch that. Let's check our intonation. Strings are still stretching in a bit. Okay, the E's in. A's in. I've also set all the action at the 12th fret to 4/64. Okay, D's a little sharp. Sharp, it's going to go that way, saddle. There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. G is a hair sharp. So my fear on all lesser expensive guitars is when I get it right to spec where I want it and go to play it, end up with fret buzz. G's in. B's in. E is a little sharp. Now I always take some tension off the string when I'm moving the saddle back, because I am tightening the string by doing that. There we go. Okay, let's see. A little bit of dead on the B. Alright, so the B and the E have to come up a little bit. Let me see where they're actually sitting now, since it's relaxed itself. It's sitting at 4/64, and the E is sitting just a hair above 4/64. So we're going to raise the string action just a hair. Don't honestly believe that anybody can hear the difference or feel the difference between 4/64 and 5/64. Okay, it's not even at 5/64, it's just a hair over 4/64. And let's see what we can do with that B. Once again, take some tension off and raise up the saddle. You want both grub screws to be at the same height. You don't want your saddles to be like that or like that. Each one has to be level to itself. This will probably mean that we'll have to adjust that solved that, and we're just well, we're actually right at 4/64 because the line is, I can't see any space between the line and the bottom of the string. Yeah. Alright, so last thing that I want to recheck, because I adjusted the string height. And that can come down a little bit. That's good. That's good. Go to the other one. That's good. and that's good. When he told me that he changed the controls, I'm wondering, in the bridge position, so he didn't switch the wiring, he just took the whole panel around. Let's see here. Yeah, that's your volume control. There's your tone control. Okay, that's your middle position. Now this should be the bridge. And it is. Okay, so what have we done? We widened the slots here for the E and the B. Didn't change the depth, just changed the width because I didn't like how the strings were hanging up there, pinching. Okay, so we did that. We set our relief to 10,000ths of an inch. Our string height is just a hair over 5/64 or 4/64, not quite 5/64 on the E, and every other string is at 4/64. Got the pickup height set correctly. We got the bridge intonated. Everything's good to go. All the controls work. All we have to do is put back on the paraloid pickguard and call this done. So yeah, bravo on the soldering, not soldering, but being smart and using the GFS plug and play dealios. And I want you to take a look, if I haven't already, the really cool bridge. It's a roller bridge. You see that design on there? I really like that. No string buzz. So we'll get it buttoned up and I'll do a aerial shot of the Telecaster. Be right back. Okay, everybody. So all right. So this is finished. We're going to let it sit and recheck it before the evening comes around. So all the frets are nice and smooth, no finger ripping. Actually, I don't like that first fret. Let's fix that. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the only thing I gotta do is take the dangly strings off of our Pretendocaster. Well, it's a Telecaster, but it's not a Fender, as the decal would suggest. Thanks again for tuning in to another exciting episode of Stringman Guitars down here in the underground lair. If you have an axe that needs sharpened, hit us up on Facebook. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and spread the word. probably the best deal in guitar setups of quality in Pittsburgh. So take care of each other, look after your family, your friends, your neighbors. With this COVID stuff, it's just scary stuff, and especially older folks. And when you're in store or out in public, be courteous. Give people the second, what do they call it? Just benefit of the second doubt, because everybody's stressed. So peace. Thank you for watching.